Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nerd Age, where we discuss everything nerdy. My name is Mick, and with me, as always, are my co-hosts, Josh.
What's up?
Corey.
Hey, what's up?
And Jonah.
Hey, guys.
What's going on, boys?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah?
Not too much. Trying to make this little room look
I'm
better.
I'm
I don't know.
digging this
So,
tablecloth.
so last episode we didn't talk about it, but last episode we did record it and we uploaded it on YouTube.
Video record.
Sorry, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for specifying. And I was just getting my mind to be like only audio, but now we're doing a little bit of video, dabbling.
Expanding our horizons.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's my phone and it's like a lamp behind us, and that's about it, really.
Real professional setup. We got
Pretty
here.
professional, yeah.
We're adding little things. Last week we didn't have a Star Wars blanket.
Yeah, we got a Star Wars
Now we have a
blanket.
Star Wars blanket on the table. So
Stormtrooper.
It's big stuff.
yeah, tune in. You never know what'll.
You never know
Happens
what we're
that
going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, Harrison Ford might join us or something. You know,
Yeah.
you never know.
Or earwigs.
Crazy.
See, I wish we were doing video when the earwig situation happened. That would have been great.
You never know. There could be. Never say never with the earwigs.
They could be lurking.
They could be listening right now.
Just leave a chair outside for
That's true.
a
Yeah.
night
Yeah.
again. Cool. All right, so
What were you up to this weekend or this week, Jonah?
Yeah, Mick doesn't care about how our weeks went.
no, I don't.
He wasn't
Let's get to the news.
Yeah, let's get this over with. I actually went to a concert last Friday night. Yeah, so I went to Blue October, and
How many goth kids were there?
there weren't very many goth kids.
How
actually.
old are they now? Like 40s, 50s?
Yeah, probably
He's in his 40s.
Yeah, he's in his 40s.
Yeah.
But it was very frustrating because the same. Remember we talked about
Well, you
going
went
to
in November.
Eternals?
That's your first mistake.
Well, Eternals. When we went to Eternals, there was a family talking.
Oh.
Well, so I go to the concert and I really like their music, but more importantly, I like the guy's story because he's like, if you listen to his early albums, it was just really dark and like
Angry.
But the reason I really liked their music is he was really like honest and his stuff. You could tell like he was genuine with the songs he was singing about. And now his music is kind of like, it's still dark and talks about hard things, but he's coming at it from a different perspective where he's like sober now. And he talks a lot about finding God and how that's really given him peace and stuff. So like, it's kind of a really cool story where if you listen, their new album actually has like him narrating through every song, like why he wrote it. And it's like, I listened to it about a year ago when it came out. And I was like, as I was listening to it, I was crying, listening to like him talk about his life and stuff. Anyways, so I'm at the concert. I'm like, oh, I want to hear him talk about his story. So they play like 4 songs. And then he's like, hey, I just want to share a little story. And he's like, and if you guys don't want to listen, we'll just move on. And people are just kind of screaming. He's like, oh, well, I had my girl for 7, when she was 7 years old, she came to visit for a week. And people are like, whoa, yeah, yeah. And he's like, you guys don't have to scream right now. And they're just like, and there's this drunk guy up in the balcony that was just screaming. And he's talking about a story about when they took his dad came, who was a cop, and he took his 7-year-old daughter away from him because they found out that he was doing meth. And he had meth on the floor in the bathroom. And so his dad comes over. And it's like a heart-wrenching story about him being like, even me losing my daughter and my father saying, you're never going to see your daughter again. And he's like, wave goodbye to your daughter. This guy kept like screaming, you're telling my story. That's me. And like people in the concert start being like, shut the F up. And he's like, no, you shut the F up.
Oh, no.
And he's trying to, and the guy's like, he's being like, it's okay. Like, he obviously has his demons. Like, he's dealing with stuff. Like, just leave it alone. Just listen.
True.
He's like, just let me. He's like, this is probably a lot of your stories. And so anyway, he tells this whole, it just drove me nuts. Because like people are just like, everyone's screaming. No one's listening.
Yeah, nothing's.
And the people that are trying to listen are like we came here to listen to him, not just drunk people.
Was it at the Knitting Factory?
It was.
That's the problem.
And that's the problem.
The
problem with the Knitting Factory is all the people that get the VIP seats, they're there like 2 hours before the show because they're drinking. So by the time the show starts, they're drunk. They're like gone. And so they're just like screaming. But at the end, he goes into a song. He's like, well, I just want to dedicate this song.
The drunk guy.
Well, he basically says, he's like, I see my daughter leaving with my dad. I'm never going to see her again. She's waving at me. And he's like, and do you know what I did right after that? And people are like, you got sober. And he's like, nope. I went inside and got wasted. He's like, and that tells you what addiction is. He's like, even me saying goodbye to my daughter wasn't good enough for me to quit.
Yeah, it wasn't a wake up.
And he talks about, he's like, but I found God. And he's like, that was the only thing that changed me. And so he's telling that story. He's like, so I want to share this song, dedicate to everybody. And he's like, to everyone that's hiding a secret. And he's like, and he points up at the guy in the balcony. He's like, bingo, right? Because the guy's been screaming.
Bingo.
And he goes,
Got him.
and he's like, and I
to
did,
himself.
and he's like, I just went, he's like, there's a lot of you here that are hiding things and have secrets. And I want to share this song, you know? So it was cool, but it was just so frustrating. I actually recorded it, and I listened to it yesterday because I was like, and I just got so angry again. I was like, this is so irritating.
That's stupid.
And the guy kept like throwing beer from the top, like, so I got like beer all over me. And
Why wouldn't they just kick him out?
the Blue October vocalist is like, because people are like, kick him out. He's like, no, why would you throw him out? He's like, he obviously needs to hear this. So he was like,
not gonna
You're like,
told
I'm
him
not
to.
having a good time. That's why we're kicking him out.
But it was
Screw
good.
him.
Yeah.
So
He's not going to remember this tomorrow. He's wasted.
But the concert was really good, and I mean, I was surprised how good he is live. Like, he has a very unique voice, and he was like belting it. So, yeah,
That's cool. Yeah. And that was when? Saturday?
that was Friday night.
Friday. Nice. That's dope. That's cool. Was it just you and your
It was
wife?
just me because
Just you?
our kids are sick. So
Right.
I
Nice, dude.
asked Chuba if he wanted to go, and Luso was in town, and then I asked Mick because I was like, oh, I have an extra ticket. Lauren actually gave me the tickets because he
Mick-
couldn't go.
And Mick didn't go.
And then I found out that day that you needed to be vaccinated or have like a proof of a negative test.
Oh, no.
So I didn't think I was even going to go. I told Mick that. I was like, I don't know. And then I ended up getting one of those tests you do at a pharmacy that's like the
Rapid nostril.
Rapid test.
the rapid test.
Yeah.
And people were saying, oh, they don't accept those. But I was like, I'm going to go down and see.
Yeah. Well,
so I
otherwise
went
you're
in-
wasting your money anyway.
Right. And so I went down and I was like, hey, there's a Hail Mary. This is my negative test. And the guy's like, yeah, that works. Go ahead. So I was like, okay.
Nice.
All right.
Good.
So I just I had with me carrying a box of the test because I took another one just in case. I was like, I'll do one right now if you want. It takes 10 minutes.
Can't get any more rapid than that,
More
right?
of them?
No, they come in twos.
Oh.
So I was like, if they don't accept it,
I just picture him just like carrying it away. I'll do it, dude.
well, I was like, if they don't accept it, I'll be like, hey, I'll do one right now. It takes 10 minutes. But they took it. So
That's awesome. Nice. That's awesome. You know, speaking about going somewhere alone, I did want to talk about something this week. I hope Bree doesn't watch this or listen to this because, I went and I watched Ghostbusters, but by myself for science.
and was it amazing?
How'd you feel?
So, I've got a couple different notes for you guys.
Okay, yeah, here we go.
Okay.
Just for perspective reason, if you haven't listened, Mick and I have talked about going to movies by ourselves and how great that is. Josh and Cory have said
they've been very vocal about how it's a superior way of watching by yourself, right? And
Sometimes.
and me and Josh were like, oh
And
no,
I was like, that sounds like the pathetic way to watch movies.
so that's kind of
the genesis of
the
it.
history of it, yeah. And so I was like, cool, this is my chance. It's not a movie that I'm like, let's all go see and like it's not a big hype movie for me. So I was like, I've got like 2 extra hours today. I'm gonna go see it on Friday and check it out. So yeah, I went. It was in the middle of the day, which was a great choice. There was a whole row of a family in front of me, and there's like 2 couples, an old couple and then a medium couple, medium size, medium age. And so, the experience, there's pros and cons to it. Okay, so to your guys's points, it is nice because it's you're gonna avoid the embarrassing parts of like inviting people. So like have you ever had a situation where like you invite a friend and then they invite a friend, so it's like a friend of a friend, and then they like talk a lot, or they laugh really loud, or they're like they're just a little, they'll take away from the movie. So you don't have any of those variables when you go by yourself. So that's great. So that's a pro. The other pro is I think during the movie during the movie by yourself and during the movie with someone else, there's no difference in experience, in my opinion. There's only a benefit, in my opinion, when you're by yourself. You don't have people next to you chewing or slurping or making noises. So no offense to anyone, right?
Or going back and forth in the recliner.
Yeah, or yeah, no noisemakers. That's the benefit. The downsides, though, was a couple, and I still stick to my guns that on the first watch of a movie, it's always better to go with friends. On a second watch, I could totally see why you'd want to go by yourself, so you can maybe listen a little bit better or whatever. But the previews, a little unfair because I've seen all the previews, but they took forever. Because when you go with friends, you can talk about it. You can be like, "Oh, what do you think about that?" Oh, that seems so stupid.
Or see who wants to make the best joke to a little loud so other people can laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate those people.
Yeah.
It's you every time.
So it felt like eternity. I was like, man, when are these things going to be over? When is this movie going to start? Yeah. So that sucked. And then the last part is, after the movie's over, the end credits, that was an eternity too, because I went on Google and I was like,
should I stick around?
Oh, there are things at the end of this. Frick. I was the only one there, just sitting.
While the guys are waiting with their dustpans and broom to clean.
That's the funny part about that. So I was, that's one of my favorite things that we get to do is I get to stand up, talk. Oh, what do you guys think? Oh, and like then when something comes on, we'll sit down, we'll pay attention. It was just like lonely, I would say. And then the guy, I could see his shadow on the other side of like the railing. And I was like, hey, it's just me in here. You could start cleaning if you want it. He's like, oh, okay, cool. So he's just cleaning while I'm waiting for the end credits to go through. And so that's the other downside, but not really that big of a deal. Like I said, I think the first watch, you should always go with people that you enjoy going with because it's just a better experience. Yeah. But, I'm not jockeying on that too much, going by yourself, honestly. You don't have to share anything with anyone. It's great.
I mean, there's something to it. I mean, just like, you know what? I'm going to go to a movie.
Yeah, I think that's the
freedom.
Thing. We're not saying like it's the best way to do it every time because I enjoy going with the guys, but it's like there's moments where I've been like, I just want to go watch a movie, especially when I was single, and then it was like you said, I had a free day. It was like middle of the afternoon. Other people are doing other stuff, and that's just like, oh, I'll just go by myself and see what I want to watch. And kind of just normally it's a movie that's been in theaters a while, so like it would be like hardly no one in there, and you're just kind of like.
But I got lucky. Yeah, that whole aisle of family.
Yeah.
It was like
speaking in Spanish?
It was a giant country family. And you could tell some of them came from Seattle, but like the mom and the dad were here in the middle, and they're all in their like 20s to 40s. The kids, right? Yeah, they had their wives and husbands and they're all like joking around, hey, that, and they all had hats on. All the dudes were wearing hats.
Cowboy hats or hats?
That's how I knew they were country. And then right before the movie starts, guaranteed this was the older brother, but he goes, hey, Jonathan. And he like points this guy out. He's like, hey, shut up, man. You got to be quiet. And then he just like, everyone was silent. And then we watched the movie and no one said anything.
And Cory was like, thank you.
It was
Jonathan,
awesome.
you better be quiet.
But he was like joking, like they're having fun. But then they like, they shut up. And it was great. So it was a good experience. Yeah. So
I mean, as long as people shut up, that's all I'm asking for. It's not that hard.
Jonah! Batman! Yeah. So it was cool. Interesting. Definitely. Like I said, I would only watch it by myself if I had nothing else to do. And I had already just wasn't super excited about the movie, like Ghostbusters. It was a perfect movie.
Will you give us your just rating real quick?
Sure, off the cuff. A fun film to go to, especially if you like Ghostbusters. Yeah. A lot of callbacks, and so it's just generally just a fun watch, a light watch. Don't get too deep into it. But I did appreciate some stuff in this movie that I didn't appreciate from the old ones because I was a kid and I was like scared of things, right? But I appreciated things a lot more. Like just for well, no, I'm not going to go into it, but Like a 7.6, 7.5. Just a nice, enjoyable time.
I'm excited for it. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Hopefully before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's good.
Because I've been hearing good things about it, and most people I follow, they're like, "Oh, I teared up at certain points." So I'm like,
I wouldn't say that, but
well, I'm saying like I own the other ones, and I like the other ones.
And
so
Jonah also has some daughters. So he's probably
every daughter's his daughter. Oh, frick. Okay,
that's why you didn't understand.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah, go watch it, Jonah.
Yeah, I will.
Rated an 8.3 or something.
I might get that.
You will.
It might be the best movie of the year.
Who's doing the music for it?
Huh?
Who's doing the music?
I don't know.
I haven't heard.
I don't know. It was pretty. The end credits had the callback to the or whatever.
Spoiler.
Sorry, guys. Had to spoil something. Get wrecked. But yeah, what'd you do this week?
Not a whole lot. Ended up beating Metroid Dread.
Mm-hmm.
Took me 13 hours to get through it.
Yeah.
And then I beat the Ghost of Tsushima DLC.
Cool. Was that good?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice.
Both really good. The Metroid game is awesome. I would recommend it to anyone that has a Switch.
Dread.
You might get a little frustrated because
Throw your Switch across the room.
not really. I mean, I died a lot, especially fighting the last boss and stuff like that. But it was like hard enough that it was like enjoyable to finally beat him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really good game. And then the Ghost of Tsushima DLC is right in line with what I thought about the Ghost of Tsushima game, which is one of the better single player games I've played in a long time. So
Nice.
yeah,
I might try it out as long as you don't need online service.
You don't? You want to borrow it?
Oh, you got it physically?
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah, I will. That would be awesome. I really enjoy Metroid games.
yeah.
I played on the DS, and it's fun.
Yeah, I don't think Crystal's gonna play it. So
Really? Okay.
she started it and then she was like, "Meh, I don't think play it."
Darn. Too bad.
There's not enough farming in it, so
Not enough customization of houses. Yeah.
Or peach trees or whatever.
Yeah. Bummer.
Speaking of beating games, I did beat Double Dragon.
nice.
Yeah.
How did you do that? Oh, with the
Saves.
rewind. Yeah, saves and rewinds.
Rewinds. That's the only way. It's impossible. So, finally beat it.
We weren't too far off, by the way. We were pretty
we're
close.
about like
so
2 levels away.
So the Dragon Temple.
Yeah, so the Dragon Temple,
Yeah.
and we'd always fall.
Oh, I played
and
it
then
on
I'd
the
get-
Switch, and I
I did the
that
same
far.
thing.
Yeah.
And then you get in there, and then it's the palace. You go to the palace, and then you fight your shadow at the end.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Peter Pan style.
That was like the first game that I played when that was an option. When I knew that was up there on the eShop or the Nintendo, whatever it's called. That was fun. But yeah, cool.
Yeah. Let's do some news.
You don't want to know what I did?
I know.
Sorry,
Jeez.
Man, who's the jerk now?
I'm assuming since
Yeah, you wanted to go into the news. I just assumed there was nothing.
I have been playing a free-to-play game called First Class Trouble. Don't know if you guys have heard about it. It's basically like a Among Us, mafia werewolf type game.
Do you play with random people or are you playing with friends?
Randoms or friends. I think it's up to 6 players. The aesthetic of the game is really cool. It's set in like 60s style, but you're on a spaceship, and 2 of the people in your group are personoids or robots, basically, and you just have to figure out
Cylons, dude.
right, or just have to figure out who's who, and
Right.
you're doing like little
Jobs
like here
Among
and there,
Us.
and like trying to get to different sections of the ship, but
I'm assuming like the bad guys can like mess them up.
bad guys can sabotage things, fool the real humans, but yeah, it's fun.
Nice.
It's a good time.
Is that on your phone or was that on?
PlayStation 5
Okay, nice.
or 4.
Yeah.
Depending.
Was that the free game this month?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I think that's where I saw it. Just yesterday I was like, I had the library.
I don't know about you, but I always forget to check the free games of the month. Like, I'm pretty sure I've missed like a ton of them.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, they do free games and stuff every month.
Yeah. I try and go in, but then Crystal usually remembers when I forget. So
Yeah.
we got 2 people on the case. We're covered. I mean, half the time I'm never going to go back and play any of the
I
games.
know.
But it's just like it feels wrong that I'm paying for online to get access to those games. I'm like, I add them to my library out of principle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Storage things are like giant now, so you can just fill it up.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Now we can do the news.
so we've all talked. Let's get this
Well,
news.
actually, okay, let's go.
Dang it!
Spoiler.
Why don't they label these buttons?
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't. Put a piece of tape on it or something.
Hey, get a little sticker.
I just got one thing, and then I'm going to pass it off to Cory.
You only have one thing.
Well, we're going to do the Spider-Man talk later,
Okay.
the only thing that I have was Natasha Liu is cast as Sabine Wren in the Ahsoka series, which is pretty awesome. That it's basically going to be a Rebels live-action show because they already have Ezra, Ahsoka, and Sabine. So
I mean, they haven't cast Ezra yet. I don't think he's in the show.
I think they came out that he was basically.
Now we're gonna get back into the confirmation. They haven't cast him yet.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna be.
He's gonna be in the show. We don't know who it is yet.
It's gonna be the guy that played Aladdin. Anyways, but it's really cool because I think it'd be cool if they kind of also got Hera to come in, and just kind of have this reunion. And Dave Filoni's working on the show, so the story is going to be what he wants to tell. So I'm really excited for it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's a cool casting. It works. It's cool to see them all together.
How far out is it? Is it like a year from now?
I think it's going to be a year from now. I'm
like
assuming they're probably going to start filming this year, and then it'll be coming out in
this year or
23.
like next year.
They're going to 22, film in 22, so it comes out 23.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have Book of Boba Fett in December. You're going to have
long, dude.
you're going to have
Kenobi
Obi-Wan
and-
probably in May-ish. Cassian Andor maybe over the summer, and then Mandalorian season 3 is going to be December of 22. I would assume the Ahsoka series is going to be kind of the early spring series that they'll do. Yeah. And the Acolyte apparently is starting to film in March of 22. So that's going to... There's going to be a lot of shows, which I'm good with.
It seems like, I don't know, it seems a little light, at least for next year. Like, I wish there was more. The whole summer is going to be a little light. Just Cassian, that's it.
Well, Andor, I think, got pushed back, or they said they're not.
Oh, it did?
Or Andor, I mean.
Or they were saying that they don't think they can get
see,
it done until end of 22, I thought.
Yeah, so I'm a little bummed. Hopefully they have some other stuff. Maybe they'll randomly spring on
Well, I think
this,
you got Bad Batch, the season 2. I mean, obviously that's probably a ways away, but
Yeah.
I think they're working on their stuff they haven't announced. So I just think it's not going to be as much as Marvel's doing, with all the shows Marvel's doing. But I do think you're going to get 2 or 3 shows a year, which to me is, I think, a good amount.
Well, and I'd rather have quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Like, if it takes them a while to get these shows out, that's fine, just as long as they're good.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just because I'm not as excited about Book of Boba as you guys are. So I'm like,
You don't want to see how Boba Fett got out of the Sarlacc pit?
I mean,
Would that ruin some of the mysticism?
What about
behind
this?
his
Also
character?
What about this?
okay, go ahead.
Book of Boba Fett. A girl shows up, and it's Omega, live action. Boba Fett's sister. Right? She's exactly what Boba Fett is because she's not altered. He's the alpha. He's the alpha. She's the omega. That's what her name is.
Like, they couldn't cast an actress with a big enough head to play that part.
You don't.
Just one.
You don't. How cool would that be though? If they do that and then they're like, maybe
That'd be cool.
because he technically is, he would play the Bad Batch because they're him. So if any of the Bad Batch survive, he would be playing them,
They would look like him.
right?
Yeah,
but they
just a
just a
little bit
little
different,
altered.
yeah.
So I'm like, that might be a cool thing to add in Book of Boba Fett.
I don't think they will.
Or Luke shows up to Jabba's palace again. There you go, Cory. Then you'd be excited, right?
I think
Just think about it.
I think there's possibilities that would get you excited.
You just want lightsabers,
No.
right?
I'm just less excited about it.
I like how we have to like convince you. Like, I'm not excited for Book of Boba Fett. What's wrong with that? You can be less excited about it.
I mean, yeah, I can't be super excited about every Star Wars things that's released.
I know. I'm just, I just want you to share in my excitement.
No, I get it, but it's like how I look at it is I see the early part of the year. Well, actually, when's Ahsoka's
Book of Boba Fett is coming out next month.
Then, yeah, and then after that is going to be what?
Obi-Wan.
Okay, so
in the summer, maybe?
Yeah.
May.
I think it's
probably.
May.
Maybe early summer, yeah. That's the one. Yeah. I'm really excited.
8 episodes.
That'll be great. 8 episodes. I want more. But yeah, that's good.
The only reason I say that I think Bad Batch might
That'd be cool.
connect with it is
That'd be
because they purposefully put Fennec Shand in the Bad Batch, and she's now working with Boba Fett.
Right.
So there's obviously, she knows who the Bad Batch is. She knows about Omega because she tried to kidnap her. So there's that connection there that to me would be like, if they want to try to connect it in a certain way, there's a connection with she is basically Boba Fett's sister, and there's that connection of Omega. He is technically Alpha. He was the first one, and then she's the exact replica. She's the Omega, so it's kind of like first and last. So I think there's a way to connect that in a certain way that I'm like, it would be interesting.
There's
if it just ends, the series ends with her showing up, and she, that might be something cool.
You don't think there's going to be a weird disconnect?
No, because
more people watch the live action stuff than the animated
but
stuff.
then
Like,
it gives them
is this character?
it gives them an opportunity. They'd be like, "Who's Omega?" And
Who's
then
this
they'd be like, "Oh,
blonde-headed
she was
big
in
head?"
the Bad Batch." And then people would go back, "Oh, it's on Disney Plus. I'll go watch it." I think that's what they want people to do. Is like same thing they're doing with Rebels. I think there's a lot of people that don't know who Ezra is, and then they'll mention, "Oh, there's a show that actually introduced this character," and I think people will go back and watch Rebels.
Yeah, I want them to do that, but I want them to actually reference the episodes in the live action show. So they're going to be like, I haven't seen this guy since episode 3 of Rebels. And they're going to be like, okay, I know it's got
like summer camp
synergy.
So it's really like cross-platform marketing. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So we'll see. That's all I got. Corey's got some other news in the gaming world. So
I'm using my phone to actually record this, so I actually printed out my notes, which is pretty funny. But yeah, we were going to talk about some game news. There's a lot of stuff that happened this week, actually. Halo Infinite got kind of released this last week. Basically, what they did is they dropped multiplayer for free to play. So I played it this week, and it's really fun. It plays very well. I think the best thing that they did was they made if you play ranked, which I actually haven't done it yet, but if you play ranked, when you're a keyboard and mouse player, if you're on PC, you play against keyboard and mouse players. And if you play with like a controller, you play against controller players. So because if you look, there's been videos on Halo and their aim assist. It's stupid how much. It's like the character will move and the guy's not even touching his controller and it goes wah, wah, and like tracks the person. That's how much aim assist is such a huge help to controller players. So for keyboard and mouse people, we have to be super accurate and like track them perfectly. And there's a lot of strafing involved with Halo. And so it's really good. It's really good for the player base because people complain a lot about unfair advantages. So that's good.
Does it feel like the old Halo games?
It feels just like Halo 2 or 3. Yeah.
Nice.
They added some new stuff like grapple gun and a couple new weapons and stuff like that to spice it up. But the technical part of it, like the shooting, the jumping, and all the shields and stuff like that.
Do you know where this Halo game takes place?
Don't know. It's multiplayer. I don't know. I think it's post most everything, right?
Is it post?
I think so. That's just a guess, though.
Halo was huge, like when we were in high school.
Yeah.
And
I played it a ton.
They would like in Fergie's class and Mr. Fritch's class, they'd like set up TVs and just play. Mm-hmm. And bring their Xboxes and stuff.
Yeah.
I was so bad at it that I was just like, I think it was at that point that I was like, gaming's not for me. So I would just get rocked. People would come around with that little sword thing and just run up to me and like kill me.
Yeah.
Like, every time I'd spawn. So
every time you'd spawn, you never had a chance.
I don't think I ever killed anybody in Halo.
I guarantee you did. Come on, man.
Never.
No, you played for like 5 minutes.
So I walked away from it. And that was the beginning of my headaches.
What an interesting point. Nintendo really doesn't have many shooters, so you're probably very.
Well, I used to play Medal of Honor on those
but
ones.
It's like slow and
right, like it was never my thing.
Halo's like this. Yeah,
and then the guys would just jump around.
And then you hit a shield, and then you finish them with the melee.
Yeah, see, no, it's not my thing.
But one of the cooler things that did happen is in Halo when it got released, our Cloud9 skin got released with that release, and so
I saw you tweet about that.
Super super cool seeing my skin kind of be featured in people's streams and stuff like that. And
sounds weird.
People tweeting at
seeing
my
skin.
Yeah, the armor. It was really cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
What does it look like?
It's mostly black, and it has like a black and gray like camo on some of the armor pieces, and then like accents of blue. It looks pretty slick.
Nice.
But yeah, so it was pretty dope. I was really excited because there's some people who tried to talk me out of it and be like, "Oh, we got to put more white on it. We got to do more white and all this stuff." And I'm like, "Well, we actually did a lot of research on like what skins sell better, and based on some other games that have done in-game skins." Dark skins are the most popular, so black and grays and stuff like that. And so it was really cool seeing kind of that work out. So that was fun. Are you going to try out Halo Infinite at all?
I mean, I don't have an Xbox or a PC, so until I get that deck thing, whatever it's called.
The Steam Deck.
Steam Deck, yeah.
I heard that was canceled.
No, it's not.
No!
But I do have news on it, yeah.
Oh.
But the next thing that I had was so GTA. They released the definitive edition, which is basically like remasters of the older ones that they made, the 3D ones. Absolute disaster, terrible port. They had a company called what was it, Grove Street Games, who usually works primarily on like mobile games. They're the ones who produced it. And it was abysmal. It's so bad, actually, that they actually took it down off PC because they can control it that way on PC to try to clean it up and fix it. But it was terrible.
Was it just like super
it's just,
buggy? And
you'd fall through holes in ground. You'd like just glitch. You'd see like multiples of yourself. The rain's atrocious. You can't see anything when it goes on.
Gosh.
The models are all whack. There's just a ton of glitches. And so, Metacritic had this edition of the game at a 0.5 out of 10. It got destroyed. Pretty bad. So I thought it was pretty funny. I watched a video on to see the glitches and stuff like that. Man, it is like pre-beta like glitches. It's like, how does stuff like that go through? Because man, Rockstar Games is such a good company, but they basically had another company do it instead. But like, why aren't they quality controlling it? Like, it represents you and your IP. Like, it was just kind of weird.
Was that just the PC side then?
No, it was all of
Everything.
it. All of it's terrible.
Gosh.
and some people were like, well, they were speculating that they were working off of the like mobile game version of it.
Oh, really?
Instead of like the original like video game, like the console version.
Strange.
So yeah, it kind of messed up. Yeah, so bummer for them. Another kind of bummer. Elder Scrolls 6. There was a dev who was talking about Starfield in an interview, and he basically alluded to that, like, he's like, Starfield's only going to be on Xbox and PC, and most likely Elder Scrolls 6 is going to follow suit. So all of you Sony bros over there need to start thinking about what they're going to do if they really want to play Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Because Bethesda got bought by Microsoft, so that's kind of just the future.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a bummer.
What other games does Bethesda do?
Fallout. Yeah.
Fallout, Skyrim, whatever this new one is, Starfield. What else do they make? I mean, those are their big ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Big moneymaker, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the
Skyrim's
thing is
huge.
like Microsoft. What's the first party, Microsoft IP that everyone loves? It's like Halo. There's like nothing else. So Microsoft had to.
Gears of War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Whereas Sony has like
Tons of
multiple
stuff.
Yeah.
like first
they
party
needed
games
to,
that
they
are
needed
like
to buy something big.
yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it's awesome for me because I'm PC, and so when Microsoft did that, every game that they're going to make from now on is going to be on PC. So
Yeah.
it's awesome. I'm living in a great world over here. All I have to have is a PC and a PS5 if I wanted to play everything. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, if they don't have PS5s, production got cut by about 1 million units for next year because of the shortages on just parts and stuff like that. So if you're looking for a PS5, better get on it quick before the scalpers do, because it sucks. We're living
they're
in a
like
world.
already going for like $1,000 again.
Yeah, scalpers, dude. That's what I should be. I should just be a scalper, make money. Call of Duty Vanguard sold way less than the previous Call of Duty. What was it? Cold War.
Cold War, yeah.
40% less, and yet it's still the top selling game of the year, which is pretty funny. But so this one wasn't received as well. But I mean, they put out a Call of Duty every year. It's like, you know, sometimes you'll be like really hyped about it if you're excited about like the time frame or whatever. But you know,
this one was not on my radar.
Yeah,
Like,
same here.
No.
Vanguard.
I'm excited for the new Battlefield, but
Oh, yeah.
Is it 2042
We're going
or
to talk
something?
about that. So you talked about the Steam Deck.
yes.
A little unfortunate. They're pushing back to early next year when they're going to be sending them out because of the production issues that PS5's having. All electric,
Everything
all
is
electric
having it.
stuff. Everything that uses boards and anything like that. So yeah. Skyrim Special Edition came out this last week. Did any of you guys even see it? Did you guys even know about it?
I knew about it just because Crystal asked what it cost to upgrade
Oh,
to
okay.
PS5.
Yep.
Because like Skyrim's like one of Crystal's favorite games.
Yeah. How much was it?
I didn't look into it.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'll probably buy it for the 4th time.
Crystal's listening. Do you
Oh,
have that information?
I've got 5 words on that one, so
Okay.
that's it. Sorry,
Sorry,
It came out this week.
Mick? At all?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I'm not a huge. Well, no, sorry. I'm not currently a huge Skyrim guy. I'm not going to be the one who buys it on every new console.
Yeah.
But I played the crap out of it when it came out. It was a great game.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII came out with a mobile battle royale. I thought this was really funny because I was like, "What?" I would never have matched like Final Fantasy with a battle royale.
Isn't Final Fantasy like turn-based?
Yeah, but they've actually like transferred it to live fighting now.
It's like action RPG.
It's like action now. Yeah.
Huh.
Like I think the past like 2 or 3 of them have been.
Oh yeah, wasn't one like open world or something?
Yeah. Yeah. You like roam around. You still have that like engagement time, but then it's in like this arena where you're like fighting the boss and stuff like that. Kind of like Monster Hunter, you know?
Yeah.
But I just thought it was weird. And it's a free to play game. So I saw some people playing that on Twitch, and I was like, what a weird world we live in where everyone has a battle royale. It's funny. When are we going to see
Except Halo, right? Halo didn't do it.
Halo didn't. When everyone was like, this is the game where you should. Like, what?
It seems weird that they. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of.
Yeah, but they sell.
But they're like that's like the game right now.
It'd be
Like,
super
what everybody
fun,
wants.
dude. Yeah, I'd play the crap out of that, especially if they released it with their free multiplayer that they're willing to.
Yeah,
do
that seems
and
weird
sell
that
skins.
they didn't do that.
Yeah, a missed opportunity, I think. But so you want to talk about Battlefield 2042, right? The game looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Battlefield games are pretty sick. You know.
He's setting you up. You really like it?
Yeah,
Go on. You tell me how
I'm biting.
But some bad news.
No, the
it
game
gives you
sucks.
cancer.
It looks like a good game, right? Like it looks cool, like
Here it
graphic.
comes.
So the release happened this last week, right?
And
unfortunately, unfortunately, they had different buying options. So the baseline early access version of the game you spend $90 on, and you could play the game like 2 days earlier. And so people did that because
sounds
So stupid. Why would you
people
do
are
that?
suckers because they want to
Let me test your game for free.
They want to level up faster than other people. It's stupid. So they did that, and streamers are streaming it, and for some reason I was like, man, there's not a lot of streamers for Battlefield 2042. I wonder why that is, and I figured out a couple days later that super terrible launch, hard crashes. I saw videos of people like literally aiming on someone's head, and like you could see it hit it, but the guy was fine. So hit register off issues, like people are just super frustrated and pissed off, and just it was a terrible release.
Yeah.
So luckily they got suckers to pay like $20 or $30 extra to be beta testers.
So stupid.
So they're ironing that out, but it's still pretty rough. There's some big issues, but yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. But and then the last thing is Nintendo. They re-released Pokemon Pearl and Diamond that were originally on the DS, and so. Cool. Josh, I think you're the only one who even entertained the idea of playing a Pokemon game. What do you think about that?
Those are the games. At that point, that's when I stopped playing Pokemon games.
Same.
For whatever reason, I don't know why. I just stopped picking them up. But that's like now that it's out for the Switch, I might consider. I mean, Crystal might get it, and then I'll play it at some point.
Yeah.
But I haven't played a Pokemon game in I don't know how many years. I can't remember what the last one is I played. So
what was the ones before Pearl and Diamond?
Sapphire and Ruby were the ones on the Game Boy Advance, and then what else? I think there was one in between those. Emerald also came out for the Advance, and I don't know if they had Black and White. What was that? That was a DS one as well, but I don't know if it came before or after Pearl.
I was gonna say the last one I played was on
Yellow.
Game Boy Color, and it was red. I played red.
The OG.
that was it.
I had that one. Yeah. I only went to gold and silver. That's it. So that was just one after that one. Yeah. That's as far as I went, really. But I played more than that. I played the Switch one. What was that one called? I played the Let's Go one.
Yeah, Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah, James, my buddy, he got it for my birthday or something like that. And yeah, so that was fun. I mean, Pokemon games are Pokemon games. The only new Pokemon game that's coming out that's going to be remotely different from their standard, like, go around this area, level up, beat this gym, like that kind of thing, is this Arceus or whatever you want to call it, Arceus, where it's like more open world and more open. It's like more like you actually fight. It's like not just like this turn-based thing. It's kind of crazy, but I think that's the only one that I'm remotely interested in. But yeah, that's all I've got on news. What do you got, Shoop?
So just real fast, the Avatar: The Last Bender live-action Netflix show had more casting. So they cast Uncle Iroh. He's played by Paul Sun-Hyung Lee from Kim's Convenience. He's also the guy that shows up in The Mandalorian. He's the pilot.
Yeah.
So he's
actually,
he's Uncle
that's
Iroh.
the guy, dude.
That's good casting.
Yeah.
And then they cast, who else did they get here? Gyatso, who's the monk that teaches Aang. So they cast him. He's played by, oh man, where's he at here? Lim K-Soo. And then,
Lim. My boy Lim.
He's from Anna and the King and Night Watch. I don't know.
I've never watched it.
And then the last one that they announced was Ken Leung is playing Commander Zhao, and he's Miles from Lost. He's the commander, and then also another Lost connection. I think they cast this a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
But Fire Lord Sozin, the bad guy is Kim Dae Jin from Lost.
Daniel Day Kim.
Yeah, Daniel Day Kim. Yeah,
Nice.
They didn't get Mark Hamill.
no, they didn't get Mark Hamill. I think there would be backlash if they cast Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like Daniel Day Kim's awesome.
He's cool.
So
Yeah,
that's cool to see.
I mean, the casting looks good so far. I think we talked about it last time we talked about it, is that the original creators left with Netflix because they were like, I think they cited like work environment or something like that. But so that's kind of a bummer. But I'll still try it. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Heck, dude, I tried the Dragon Ball live action.
I mean,
I'll try anything, man, once.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and then the last thing was, I don't know, did you guys watch the Turning Red Pixar?
I watched
the new Pixar trailer that dropped. Oh, this is the second trailer, so it looks. I'm actually excited for it. It looks pretty interesting. It has a lot of anime vibes. Like the animation is very like exaggerated, and the kids act like very like their movements are very like dynamic. But yeah, it looks. I'm excited for it. I like Pixar movies, so sue me.
Okay.
No, don't sue.
it looks good.
That's
And
cool.
then
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I also said Jonah's daughter's in it. One of the girls looks just like Maya. So
When does that come out?
I don't know. Actually, next year probably.
Aw. Darn.
Probably early.
I love good
Yeah.
Pixar movies, man.
I feel like I've been really just not in the Pixar realm for like the past
like wanting
8
it.
years. Not even like oh, there's a Pixar movie out.
I didn't
Probably won't watch
you guys
it.
didn't
Like,
I didn't
Luca,
like
right?
Luca.
I liked Luca.
I haven't seen Luca.
Sorry.
I haven't seen The Good Dinosaur.
That's an older one, but yeah.
Like probably the last, I don't know.
What about
7
Cody?
that-
What about Coco?
You watched Toy Story 4.
I haven't seen Coco. I saw Toy Story 4.
What
That's
a shame.
that's not just a Pixar movie.
Yeah. Coco. You need to watch Coco. Coco's good.
Coco's good.
But I haven't seen Soul.
Soul's okay.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Middle of the road.
Yeah.
The Dragon.
Did you watch Inside Out?
I watched Inside Out.
Okay.
Inside
Inside
Out's
Out's
great.
good.
I like Inside Out a lot. I actually that movie made me cry.
Yeah.
It's a very tearful movie.
Well, you know what else will make you cry? The new Spider-Man movie and the trailer that came out because it spoiled the movie for you. The Spider-Man trailer. Obviously, last week we talked about that. Luckily, Josh said no, but I was going to put money on the fact that Andrew Garfield and Tobey were going to show up, and the fools didn't reveal them, although the
fools
basically did reveal and spoil that they were in it, but they just didn't give us the money shot.
All right, relax.
Here's the thing, though. You're still going to go see the movie.
Yeah,
And you're going to get that money shot in the movie.
Nah, I mean,
So
it's ruined now.
Is this,
What do you mean it's ruined?
Because I know exactly what shot it is. They showed it in the trailer. They just deleted the other two Spider-Men flying at the lizard.
And if you remember, this is the exact reason I said I didn't trust them with giving us a money shot because I knew they were going to screw it up
Right,
and either
but-
show us exactly where they appeared
Okay, but here's
or removing it,
and if
which
we
they did
go,
anyway.
And
So-
if we go back to that conversation, I said, don't give me the shot where they're the money shot of the movie. Give me one in the trailer, something that alludes to them.
And then I
that-
said,
and
and
then-
then I said, they're not that subtle. They're going to beat you over the head with it. That's why
Okay,
I don't like
well-
them doing it. Victory. Can
well-
we run around? Let's just run around, do a victory lap real
It's
fast.
too small of a room. I think the thing that's irritating for me is that everyone knew that these guys are in it. Like, it's the worst kept secret. And so all you need to do is just kind of tease them. Instead, they spoiled a ton of other things of the movie that no one knew about. So it just seemed kind of dumb. And
you're on our
there was
side.
reports. No, I wanted the money shot. I wanted them to
spoiler-
reveal
trailer
that
sucked. They're
Andrew
spoiling it.
Garfield and Tobey was in there.
Say, welcome to the resistance.
But for me, it kind of seems dumb. There was this whole thing that there was a fight between Marvel and Sony. Marvel didn't want them to show, like, tease Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, and Sony really did. So it looks like Marvel kind of won because they didn't want them shown. I think they should have gone the other way. I think they should have done a similar trailer to the first one and given a little taste or a little scene, like I said, either the back of their head or something like that, or a different Spider-Man suit that you'd be like, oh my gosh, swings through. Just that. But
Man, your
they
money shots are
seemed-
turning into cents shots now.
Well, I'm saying I said money shots for
Penny
the
shots.
money shots for the trailer, and so I just think they like. To me, it's kind of like, okay, now we know things about the movie that are just shouldn't have been revealed.
What
like
specifically?
The shot of Mary Jane falling down. Andrew Garfield's going to save her. It's the same shot from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I've heard
There's
people
actually
saying that it's like
the
his
shot of his
redemption.
hand going down. It's not Tom Holland's suit. It's actually Andrew Garfield's suit that's reaching out to save her.
I mean, that is Tom Holland's hand, but what you're saying is they'll probably
saying-
like replace it.
Well, what I'm saying is that suit is not Tom Holland's suit. If you look at the movie,
Yeah, it is. It's his integrated suit. It's the one with the gold Spider-Man with his...
I don't
Yeah,
know
because
if
it's
it
got
is.
the red fingers and it's black.
Hold on, let me
the
check
palm.
my phone, guys.
anyways, I just
wait.
think they tease that where like, oh, we need help, we can't do it. I think that's when Andrew Garfield's going to come in and say
it was Andrew Garfield's hand. That you got what you wanted.
But it was only for you.
They spoiled that. I think they spoiled that Happy and Aunt May are probably going to die.
Both of them?
Pretty clear. Seems pretty clear to me that.
Well, it's a spoiler if it's clear. So it's not clear. So it's not a
spoiler. Did they show them dead?
You know what I mean? Like,
no,
exactly.
But if you look at other stuff in the movie and the whole thing of the Green Goblin throwing stuff,
you're very sensitive, I would say.
No, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying I analyze things. The other thing is they showed,
or Twitter analyzes.
They showed.
I read that.
They showed the Green Goblin's new suit, him without the helmet.
Well, that's probably the other Green Goblin.
No, because it's Willem Dafoe. If you pause it, it's William Dafoe.
You can't see that good.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
What other Green Goblin?
The one from whatever his name, DeHaan or whatever, from the Spider-Man ones.
Oh yeah, no, he's not.
No, it's not.
It hasn't been confirmed.
It's Willem Dafoe.
You can see his face.
Yeah, it's Willem Dafoe's face. So they did that. They showed.
I mean, it's still his suit too. You can.
They showed Electro's new look, which is he's got the thing like the comic books. That kind of stuff was just kind of like you didn't need to show that. They had shown that before. So I think those are spoilers and then the Doc Ock scene where they're like, oh, now he's going to actually be working. Seems like they captured him and he's asking more questions. So they're going to be working together because he's not showing up at the end. They're fighting the other three ones.
I think that's the only one thing that you brought up that's actually borderline spoiler because it actually tells you like big implications of storytelling and story beats.
Like plot direction.
Yeah, that's a big. I'm not a big spoiler. I would say it is spoilery to me.
Yeah, because
the way they introduced in the first movie, with his arms, octopus, Doc Ock, style coming out of that bridge, looks like his enemy, and they fight, and then all of a sudden the next one they're like, "Yo, what's up, man? Yo, my name's Otto."
I hated that, by the way. That was awful.
I think it's pretty dumb.
I have a question though. Why? So Electro got a redesign, which is fine. He looks fine. Why did they not redesign the lizard?
I like the lizard.
The lizard looks awful.
He looks like a lizard, dude.
I actually don't mind the lizard.
I like the lizard.
He looks no. Come on.
Bring it up. I want to see the lizard, man.
What is he supposed to look like?
He's supposed to have a longer snout. He looks like a Goomba from those Mario movie.
Well, he does, but he
looks bad.
He got mushroom
and
head.
they're also lizards.
He got mushroom head.
I don't mind his look. I think he is a cool look.
Huh. That did not stand out to me to be like a whoa, like take me out of it kind of situation.
I mean, it is weird that Electro's design is different. Like he's not blue.
Well, they're saying that.
You know what? I don't want any spoilers. Enough out of you.
I'm not, but in his thing, he's got an arc reactor on him. He has like Tony Stark stuff.
Okay, so that's his design.
Okay,
and then
some more humanoid.
That's what.
Yeah.
A lot more like.
Yeah, so you just
throw people on the video.
Okay, there you go.
So
basically what I'm showing is I'm showing a cool picture from the comics, and I'm showing a bad picture from the movie.
But see, the comics are like you're gonna get the stylized like the coat ripped, and he's like looking all cool, like an artist drawing it, and then versus
a cool character.
I think he looked cool, and I think he looked cool in the Amazing Spider-Man.
I thought his face was just weird. Everything else was fine, but the face. Change the face.
I think that once we watch the movie, we're going to be like, oh, it doesn't really matter because he was only in there for like 1 minute.
I hope so.
That's what I've got a feeling it's going to be something like that.
We can only hope.
I think also it makes sense in the movie, though, in Amazing Spider-Man, that he's taking this stuff. He's still got the human form he's mixing, right? So it wouldn't create a giant snout for him. It would make his skin scaly. It fits more with that world of like, if you're transforming, you're not going to turn into full lizard alligator guy.
Like I'm pretty sure I know why. Like a big reason why that they decided not to is because of speaking, having a lizard-like creature trying to speak with a longer jowls. I get that, but like I don't think that what you said is like necessarily a good reason because he has a tail, he has claws, he has scales. It's like why would they single out just the one?
Too much, man. Too much.
Thing.
Now it's too much. A tail can come out
what
one
they
way.
Should have had
snout can't come out
is
the other.
had just his skin stay the same, stay human skin, but then everything else was lizard.
Oh, that's creepy. That sounds so creepy. The human skin lizard. That's great.
Anyway, what else about the trailer?
No, that was it. I was just a little disappointed.
So basically, you're on the fence of is too spoilery.
No, I don't care about spoilers. I'm saying in context of our argument, these two were afraid of spoilers. And so they didn't want Toby and Andrew shown in the trailer because, oh my gosh, it's going to ruin the movie.
Right.
And yet they watched a trailer that had more spoilers than that. So, and there seems to be no like, oh, that's.
I mean, I think no matter what, a trailer is going to spoil some things. And I don't really think that there's anything huge that they spoiled in the trailer. There's definitely like little things where it's like, I could have seen that in the movie first. I mean, like you were talking about with Doc Ock, like I can kind of see where that octopus arms. Yeah, exactly. I can kind of see where they might be taking that character.
Yeah.
After seeing this trailer,
because that's different from what you would expect. Right. So anything that's kind of like counter to what you're expecting, I would put in that spoiler realm. But to be honest, any trailer preview of anything is going to be a spoiler, quote unquote spoiler. So, I mean, it's just to what your level of acceptance of spoilers, I guess.
To me, like, and it's just going back to what Joan has been saying with the money shot.
Yeah.
I get it. Trailers are cool.
Come up with that. I can tell you where it comes from, but I shouldn't talk about that.
I love the new Batman trailer. The money shot is the end where he's upside down in the fire. Like, it's great. But at the end of the day, it is the trailer for the movie. It'd be cool to be able to like experience that for the first time, actually watching the actual thing. That's just my point when it comes to, I want the money shot, blah, blah, blah.
I don't think, I'll use that example. I think that shot of Batman coming towards the Penguin in the trailer, I think that shot is going to work better in the trailer than it is in the movie. Because...
Yeah, but that scene's not a spoiler either, though.
No, but okay. Again, I wasn't saying that they should spoil them coming in, their moment coming in. I said, but there could be a shot that gets you excited for a trailer. I said the same thing with Luke in The Last Skywalker. The Last Jedi. The end tagline is what it ends on, like where Luke is saying it's time for the Jedi to end, and then it says The Last Jedi. That was like the trailer ends on like, oh my gosh. The problem, we've talked about this with Marvel. Marvel ends their trailers with jokes, and so you don't get that. The Batman trailer ends with that final shot of him walking and the title going and the music going, hitting. That's what you want in the trailers. That last shot for people to be like, oh my gosh, freaking out, grabbing the person next to them and being like, oh my gosh, we're going to watch this, right?
Unless you're a loser and you watch the movies alone.
That's what
grab a stranger.
I'm a loser.
That's what it is. That's what I'm talking about.
You're one of them now, Corey.
That's what I'm talking when I say money shot. I want that thing. And that's what I wanted from the Spider-Man is just a shot that's like teases 3 Spider-Men quick or like something like that. Or like, I'm bad at this, but like one guy shoots a web and another web shooter comes out and it's something like that. Just crazy. It just confirms what we already know. But it doesn't spoil the scene.
I know, dude, great idea. Like they're trying to save No, I'm with you, dude. Kind of. They're like he's trying to save a train from dropping. He goes, and he's like, I can't hold on. Another, and then another, and then another.
And someone goes, wait a second. How are there more webs? There's only one Spider-Man.
And then they cut to him and he's got 6 arms.
And then it's J. Jonah James is like, what? There's 3 of them? Oh, a menace. Triple menace. And then it ends.
That's good.
That would be the Marvel way of ending it with a joke. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like that final shot that's just like gets you out of your seat to be like, oh.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Anyway. And I said, I don't trust these studios to do that. So we're right. That's what disappoints me a little bit. It's just like, if that's the final third act fight, I'm like, that sucks.
I think it's obvious that probably is like,
yes.
And that sucks.
Oh, it is.
That bums me out.
I think, yeah.
All the leaks that have come out are like,
well, see, I don't look at leaks.
You've seen that. We talked about on the show, the Andrew Garfield one where we're like, oh, is this fake? He's sitting on that set.
I didn't look at him.
Well,
we talked about it on the show, but I didn't look at the pictures. That's all I'm saying.
I thought we passed it to
him.
you.
No.
Where I was like verifying it.
Yeah.
By the way, I was like, this isn't fake.
Yeah, and that's right. He was there, and that's actually.
And I remember you talking about this guy. He's like, "Oh, this guy's so impressive how he faked this shot. Oh, this YouTube.
Well,
video
he claimed it. He
exactly.
claimed it.
And I saw right through you.
How I fooled the internet.
This is what I'll say though, for general movie going audience, they don't know about leaks. You know about leaks because you're on Twitter looking up stuff and people post it all the time. So you know about that. Honestly, if you hadn't have pointed out that, oh, that's the scene and they took them out, I wouldn't have thought about it a second time. Like I just watched the trailer, I was like, oh, okay. I wouldn't have thought about, oh, all three of them are probably there and they've just been CGI removed. So I think most movie going audience, no idea.
Yeah.
They're just like, okay.
That is a good point. He is right. You're so far into that world
there's
that
no,
you're getting
there's
more
no
information.
way.
Right, I think general audience, but I think people in like Spider-Man fans didn't just watch the trailer once. They watched it multiple times. And it's a weird scene to have one Spider-Man jumping and then these two other guys jumping into space. They're trying to punch somebody and they're looking at someone that's not Spider-Man. Does that make sense? It's like, it's really clear to see they're jumping straight at somebody that's not there. And they're like attacking somebody that's not there when Spider-Man's in the middle. It's just,
I would say the majority of people would not even think about that.
Yeah, well, because they're
not going to be like, oh, he clearly was CGI.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
saying,
that's all I'm saying.
I'm saying like Spider-Man fans that are following the movie, they're going to notice that. Because everyone's, any Spider-Man fan is talking about the fact that, oh, characters are coming back from these other movies, from the Raimi universe. There's just a conversation about, are there going to be more Spider-Man? They're analyzing it. They know that what's going on. That's what I'm saying. I think general audience, Aunt Libby, doesn't know that.
Stop using my mom as an example.
General audience, Dan Liddy.
Well, I'm saying because she watches, she loves Marvel superhero movies.
I would say even further than that. Older Spider-Man fans probably didn't even notice.
Yeah, no, that's true. And you guys are both right. That's the funny thing about this is that you're right.
I'm always right.
There can only be one right.
Well, you guys are talking about two different things.
This.
That's the funny thing. But
there can only be one.
No, I think that is kind of weird. Like to be like a diehard Spider-Man fan and then looking at that and watching it at like half speed or quarter speed and being like, what is that guy?
Yeah. But you don't have to watch it half speed. I never watched it half speed.
But you know what I mean? Like people who are analyzing it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying like the ones who are really, really breaking down every piece of it. Like they're going to.
But I just think
that's true.
So in
that's
general,
what they're looking for.
So there are YouTube channels that do trailer breakdowns. And so you watch, I think a lot of people like the New Rock Stars. There's a lot of people that do trailer breakdowns. So I think there's actually a lot of people that watch these trailer breakdowns to see, Easter eggs or stuff. And that stuff comes, they all mention it. Like, this guy, and there's rumor Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in this. These characters are jumping into space. No one's there. So I think a lot of people, those YouTube channels have a lot of fan base. All those people are watching that. So it is something that people are watching. Whether they're stopping and scrolling through,
I will say this.
They are watching like trailer reactions, trailer analysis. Okay. That's huge on the internet. So I think that's where people are
I'll say this, is it doesn't matter. Because you have these big, huge, dedicated fans who are going to watch these breakdown videos of a trailer of someone who watched it and critiques it. They're watching that movie. They already made their sale. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying it matters as in like box office or who's going to watch it. I'm just saying in general, like people that, if you're going to make a trailer and spoil other things, it's like that you already knew people were going to pick this up and be like, that's that shot in the same spot where they had the leak. So now it confirms the leaks. You would, I think as a studio, you'd understand if we show this scene, they're going to know that they're in the movie. So why not just show a scene of them in the movie?
Yeah, you're just saying and make it different. Like choose different shots. Tease different. If you're
avoiding spoilers and you don't want to show them, then don't show things that people are going to be like, that's the exact same spot where the leak came from, or that's.
Wait, what do you mean? If you're avoiding spoilers, what
I'm saying like they don't want to show Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, right? That was Marvel's their big thing. Like, then what I'm saying is, if you don't want to do that, then don't put something in there that's going to confirm it anyway.
It's kind of their way of like
getting their way
of showing the fans that see leaks and stuff that they're in it.
Is this confirmation?
Actually,
do we have confirmation?
But actually, not showing them. I think they get their.
I think it's a way around it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you're still going to go see the movie, right?
Well, yeah, I'm not. There's never. There's no doubt there wouldn't. Even if they had like Tony Stark show up at the end, and like all the Marvel Avengers show up, and they're like, I'd be like, I'm still gonna go watch it because I want to see Andrew Garfield, the best Spider-Man in the history of
Spider-Man.
Spider-Verse.
Did you guys watch the video of Tom Holland watching the trailer?
Oh, Gainer. Oh, sick, bro. Oh, yeah. There's no way they were watching the trailer, right?
No, that was the other one. Yeah, he's with Zendaya. It's him and then the other guy, and they're watching it, and they're showing the scene where he jumps out, and he goes, "Wait, where's?" Like he's gonna say, "Wait, where's the other people?" And he just goes, "Wait, where's?" And he's like, stays quiet, and like the other people are like, "Wow, that's so cool," and he's just like kind of quiet, and he's like, "Yeah, that's cool." It was like, finally, he didn't spoil something for once.
I hated those videos. I hated those videos. They're so generically dumb. Ooh, the crowd's gonna go wild when that happens. That's what they said. I was like, oh my, shut up.
The crowd's gonna lose it.
Why,
Oh my god.
why are we watching a video? Oh wait, never mind. I was gonna say, why are we watching a video of someone watching a video that we can't watch? It's like, well, people watch weirder things. So
That's true.
yeah, that was funny. When was that? That was a release this week, right?
Yeah,
Like after the
Tuesday.
second. Yeah, or right before that trailer was released.
Yeah, they released that to be like, oh, check it out.
Yeah.
Such a weird.
What else in the trailer? Can't really.
I don't know, dude. They just. I mean, it obviously can't be that big of a deal for having just so many bosses come out, like bad guys. Like it must be just like turn and burn, like kind of a situation. Because like, man, they've got so many dudes in this movie, and I'm just like, they got to be taking them down quick in this movie because you can't focus on bad guys this much. Because there was like how many were there?
I think there's going to be 5.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, you got 3 Spider-Men, but it's just a lot. So,
Do you have 3 Spider-Man?
not yet.
Yeah,
that's confirmed.
There's 3 of them.
They didn't show him in the trailer.
We don't know.
I don't know, man.
Stupid.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if it wasn't?
I really hope
That would
they're
be
not in there.
so funny.
I really hope they're not. I hope there's 2
The
Iron
last
Men
minute
instead.
they edit them out. Last minute they're like, you know what? We'll just have Tom Holland talking to
Tom
the
Holland,
air.
they did say they were rewriting the third act, that Tom Holland had input into the third act. He's like, we don't need these other guys.
Yeah.
Just me.
This is the Tom
Like,
Holland
okay.
show.
I hope
like-
no. They're going to clone Tom
Yeah,
Holland.
that's what it is.
It's just going to be him.
Some Tony Stark technology that he clones himself, and he's like,
It
they
looked
do
like,
that meme where the Spider-Men are all looking at each other. but
speaking
it's
of
all
Tony
Tom
Stark
Holland.
technology, it looked like Elektra had an arc reactor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Jonah was saying. He saw it on one of those
that's what he
videos that they scrubbed through.
The other thing too. Anyway, I won't say it. I'll spoil it for you guys. I didn't see this on a trailer. I didn't see this on a breakdown, but Doc Ock, when he's saying Peter, like, and he's bad, his arms are normal, and
then the
then
other ones are
later
red.
they're red. So it's like, oh, he probably gets like,
Well, you see it absorb his.
yeah.
Nanotech.
So that's how he becomes good, because in the movies, he's being controlled by those things. Tony Stark's technology probably gets in there, and now he's Octavius good. And that's, so I'm like, okay, well, now we know how that happens.
But you said you don't care about spoilers.
I don't.
Well, now we know how that happens.
I'm just saying, I'm using.
You're just arguing for the sake of arguing.
No, I'm arguing with you guys because you guys were so, like, last week.
Hey, what do you mean by you guys?
Were, not you guys. Josh and Mick.
The
'Cause you
people
guys
that were right.
so, like, oh no, they can't do spoilers. And now that they did spoilers, you guys are like, come on, it's fine. You know, so I'm just saying, like,
That's not true.
it seems like.
That's not what we said.
It seems like it was a bigger issue last week, and I was like, kind of like, oh, spoilers. I mean, Mick basically spoiled before the podcast started. He's like, oh, this person said this about the movie, and I felt bad that I spoiled Han Solo for him when I mentioned a character. So I'm just
The movie's
saying.
called Solo, not Han Solo.
Well, you know what I meant.
Just clarifying for the audience.
So I'm just saying, I think this whole spoiler nitpick is a little exaggerated on your part, guys.
Oh, Jonah complaining about nitpicks. Interesting. Exaggerating nitpicks.
That's pretty funny. Oh, nice.
Cool. So I think we're
What's the date for that release?
December
something?
17th, I think.
Something like that. Pretty
Okay,
soon.
cool.
Yeah.
Just around the corner.
Nice. That'll be fun to go watch.
So stop watching TV spots, because they spoil more and more, like, as it gets closer to things.
I don't watch the TV spots.
I don't watch TV.
I don't watch
They put them on.
TV.
the
I don't have
internet.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't give a crap. I watch everything, anything and everything.
Yeah. I'm the same way. When it's a movie I want to see, like
Yeah.
when the Batman's coming out, I'm gonna watch every TV spot. I'm gonna watch everything.
Yeah, see, that's where we're different.
So I'll say this.
Oh, now you guys care about spoilers again. Here we go again.
Yeah, because it's a movie I actually care about.
So if a movie has to depend on a blind experience for it to be good, it's not a good movie, in my opinion. It should be able to stand on its own, even with a little bit of spoilers here and there, and it should still give me goosebumps.
Hey, exactly, because that's why the rewatchability of a movie.
Yeah,
Even though I've watched Lord of the Rings 1,000 times, when I rewatch them, I'm like, oh, I love this scene.
Well, that defines a great movie for me. Is if I can
Absolutely.
watch it again and I have the same or similar emotion again, like Coco, I'm like, oh, frick,
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like that's the pinnacle of like some of my favorite movies. Yeah. That's what qualifies that. So yeah. But does it take away from my experience? I don't know.
Yeah, why are you shaking your head?
I'm saying it doesn't take away from your experience. For me, once I see the first 2 trailers, like for the Batman, I've seen 2. I'm not going to watch anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
You promise?
100%.
You want to shake on it?
Shake
Okay.
my hand.
All right.
No, he shook my
Is there
hand.
going to be another trailer? There'll probably be one more trailer.
Yeah.
Right?
You better close your eyes, bro, in the movie.
They're saying
theaters.
Spider-Man's going to get another trailer before it.
No, whatever. It'll be just a different thing. Yeah.
Yeah. We're not rehashing this argument.
No.
Mick and I just like enjoying movies without seeing like, oh,
Pure.
I think this is what's going to happen. I think this is what's going to happen. Oh, this person shows up in the trailer. And studios do that all the time. They release 3 trailers and then there's 16 TV spots and you're like, oh, looks like that takes place in this scene. I just try to avoid it as much as possible. If I could go, I'm too weak. I wish I couldn't watch any trailers at all. But I am a weak son of a bee. And I got to watch some trailers. But with like a movie, like I did the same thing with Rise of Skywalker. After a while, I was like, I'm not watching anything else. And Jonah was like, I heard online that they said this and that. And I was like, okay.
Wait.
Okay, moving on. Arcane.
No, there's been a little shift because I was going to bring it up specifically with Star Wars because we've always talked about Star Wars and what theory as trailers come out, been like, oh, what do you think about this? Oh, is this a possibility? Oh, is Qui-Gon showing up? Is this happening? Like we've done that before with you and me specifically a lot with Force Awakens, with Last Jedi. I'm talking about
am I chopped liver?
No, I'm talking like us in general. I've done that,
Specifically with him, you said.
Well, I'm saying specifically.
I hate this.
What I'm saying is specifically with him.
Corey, do you want to start talking about it?
No.
What I'm saying is specifically with him because
yes.
he's saying that he tries to avoid that stuff. But I'm like, well, we've had conversations leading up to the movies being like speculation.
And let me tell you why.
If that's,
go ahead and let me tell you why. Because I know that if I don't watch the trailer, you're going to be like, oh, this happens and this happens and this happens anyway. So I know I'm going to be ruined anyway.
No,
so I
that's
watch it and then we watch the trailers. And then we talk about it.
No, that's not it. Because we've talked about it.
That's not it, Jonah? Okay.
Hey, and Corey,
Don't look at me, guys.
When we get together,
go ahead.
all of us, when we've gotten together,
Yeah. All right,
go ahead.
we've always said, oh, I'm so excited for this. It's never been like, you've never said,
And,
hey guys, I had to watch the trailer because you guys are going to spoil it. I don't want to take part in this discussion. You've been excited for it too.
If you remember
so
what I said, I would like to not watch the trailers, but I'm too weak and I watch them anyway most of the time.
Oh, okay. So you're
Do
lying. Like
you,
you're trying to fool
do you understand that?
I'm the same way.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you made it sound like you don't want to have this speculation. And you're saying that I'm the one that's always coming and being like, oh, speculating with you. And you're like, oh, I kind of forced to do this. But you're excited to speculate too. That's the whole point of Star Wars. That's the whole point we've done it. For years is we've gone and watched movies together and beforehand speculate, oh, what's going to happen the next time. But in this conversation, you make it seem like, man, poor me. I have to speculate because these guys will spoil it.
Get out of here.
Is it coming up a little that way?
Is he blowing this out of proportion or what?
Yeah.
Answer the question, Corey.
Yeah, Corey, come on.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah.
You're going to make one of us very upset.
So we all enjoy speculating about movies.
Speculation is one thing.
Especially Star
getting
Wars
something
movies.
spoiled. Yeah, because I'm going to go with getting something spoiled in a trailer is completely that's not speculation. At that point, I'm not speculating anymore.
Right.
And the Star Wars trailers haven't spoiled much, which is different from this that spoiled the third act of the movie, if we're talking about Spider-Man.
Right.
And what I'm saying is most trailers, most companies spoil everything in trailers. We've talked about it before. Batman vs. Superman, spoiled Wonder Woman being in the movie, spoiled Doomsday being in the movie. And that's at that point that I started being like, I don't know if I want to watch trailers as much. I still watch them most of the time because I'm like, I'm really curious to see, especially if it's a movie like Star Wars that we want to watch. And I'm like, okay, I'll watch trailers. I don't watch TV spots after that because most of the time they just reveal more and more and more stuff.
Right.
Did I answer?
What I'm saying is,
did you comprehend?
You understand? Where's that coming out of my mouth?
Your initial statement was, I don't like the speculation and stuff like that. The reason I watch is because Jonah comes and like spoils things and always talking about stuff.
Wow,
and I'm like,
that comment really set you off.
No,
he's like, I heard him.
I just wanted to call you on that because I'm like, no, because you enjoy speculating about Star Wars and we've done it for years. As much as I do it and as much as Cory does.
I changed. I'm a changed man.
That's all I'm saying. I'm like, you can't make it seem like I don't enjoy doing it because when we get together and talk Star Wars, like even our whole family is like, oh man, I got to get away from this because we talk Star Wars all the time.
I think they kind of miss
Star Wars is different.
I think the miss here is that we'll do speculation based on what's readily available, and then you'll go watch something that's way more in depth, and you'll start seeing like leaks and stuff like that, like extracurricular information, and that's where it gets a little sketchy.
No, I don't.
Do you think that's correct?
100%.
Yeah.
Let the record show.
So I'm just
Let the
saying,
record show.
we all enjoy.
If you want to be hurt,
no.
And I think it's all a
when
fair
it comes
game.
to Star Wars, there were certain things that I would watch, like Jedi Council when it was on Collider, right? So stuff like that, but. It's never been that I'm like, oh, let me get the spoilers of this, because the same way, if it's a movie I enjoy, I'm not going to go out and seek spoilers. Does that make sense?
I want
when it comes to Star
Jonah.
Wars.
You know what I mean? I don't
Spider-Man,
want Collider, you know?
With Spider-Man, there is more stuff because I'm like, I'm not that interested. So it's like there is more stuff I'm looking into and being like, stuff like
and
that.
In this case, I don't care about speculating about Spider-Man.
Right.
So the spoilers watching the show and being like, or watching the trailer and being like, oh, it spoiled some things. It didn't bother me as much because it's not a movie that I'm 100% care about, which is what you no because you brought it up before and you said, well, you guys weren't so upset because they spoiled a bunch of stuff. So I'm explaining to you why I'm not upset that they spoiled a bunch of stuff in the Spider-Man
But last week you were saying that you didn't want them to spoil anything because you wanted to have that experience in the movie.
Yeah,
and now you're saying
one specific scene.
You're saying that I don't care about. I'm not that interested in Spider-Man, so it doesn't matter.
Mick, go ahead, slap him in the face and both ways. I'm not having it both ways.
Specifically, the multiple Spider-Man thing that we didn't want.
Exactly.
Spider-Man. Sorry.
Yeah. Do you get it now? Do we got to write it out on a whiteboard for you?
Here, we got some paper right here.
We'll use Cory's notes here.
Hey,
stamp it on your forehead.
I'm just saying the goalposts are moving.
Okay.
With every
Well, the cool thing is I've been keeping track of score, and it was actually a 5-5 tie. So good job. Ding, ding, ding. Good bout. That was
Arcane.
Great. That was great. Good job.
Arcane season 2 is announced.
You guys didn't? Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey, Mick. There you go.
Sure, I'll.
Why are you joining with him?
I feel bad for him.
No, don't feel bad for him.
But I can't resist a pound.
Yeah.
Don't quote that.
Didn't mean anything.
Oh yeah. So that was Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All of that.
That was
Spider-Man.
It kind of
trailers,
not so much
spoilers. Jonah's deep hurt feelings.
We should move on to Arcane.
Well, we can't really fully. We can't really fully. Unfortunately, I think I want to hear your guys' opinions on like overarching feeling.
The truth is, someone let us down this week. I'm not going to name names.
I'll name it.
But someone didn't watch the series.
Josh didn't watch it. No.
I mean, you didn't watch the series either.
Yeah, I finished it.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
you said
last night.
Oh.
I was a joke. When I was like, I didn't watch it because I want to see what Cory said.
Wow, yes. The goalposts are moving again, guys.
How it ended?
So Arcane is something that I guess we're gonna have to go over next week, which is totally fine if you guys can find the time to do it.
Well, I mean, I already found the time.
I'm just looking
He's
at you.
talking
to me. It's all good.
I did not finish the series. I did start it, and I do.
And to be fair,
I love what I've seen so far. I think it's great, and I can't wait to see more.
Yeah, and to be fair, it is a longer series because it's 45-minute episodes and there's 9 of them. So I mean that's a lot of time investment. So
there was 9. I only watched 6.
Just kidding. Yeah, I guess initial thoughts from you guys on it.
I'll just go first since I have seen the least amount of episodes.
What do you think so far?
And
you've seen episode 1.
Episode 1 and episode 2.
Episode 2, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
You didn't skip one.
I did not skip 1.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know anything about the game or anything, but I don't think it really matters that much because I think the series pulled me in pretty quick. I'll start off with the voice casting. The voices are great. What's the bartender guy with the fist?
Vander,
he's great. I love his character. I love the like protectiveness that he has over the set of girls and the other kids. I think that's a good relationship kind of mentor thing going on. I think that's great. What are his punchy?
They're just like metal fists, man.
I want to see those.
Yeah.
I want to see those again.
They're cool.
So yeah, the voice acting is awesome. The art style looks. I can't even like describe what the art style is.
It took them 6 years to make it.
So it's
crazy.
It's a beautiful marriage of 2D and 3D. So a lot of backdrops and a lot of like if you see explosions and stuff like that, that's illustrated explosions, which is so cool.
Because it's not like typical shell shaded, but there is like some of that in there. It's like
painted 3D models.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah,
you nailed it.
It's so cool. What a unique art style. It's very cool. Very cool.
So I love that. I love just the setting. I'm assuming it's basically like the game, how
it's one
aesthetics
of
are.
One of the many nations. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't like the name.
Piltover.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
I don't know why. You know me, just nitpicking.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Fair enough.
Doesn't sound as cool, you know.
Piltover, yeah. Could be cooler.
And do you not like Heimerdinger either? What's his name?
I love Heimerdinger.
Is that name ridiculous?
I
too?
love Heimerdinger.
It's different a name for a person than it is for like, you know.
I will say that's where I'm
like
struggling.
Country,
That's where I'm struggling with the show is just trying to remember people's names.
Sure.
Oh, I don't remember names. I
don't think you have to for the ones that don't matter as much. I think that the main characters.
Yeah, if you got the main characters, I think you're good.
Yeah.
Right.
But man, is it such a treat for me. I don't know every character. It's so great. Keep going. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the main villain, I'm assuming it's the main villain, the guy with the red eye or yellow eye,
maybe
orange eye.
He looks like a villain to me.
The villain guy.
Looks like a villain to me.
He's pretty cool. I don't know exactly what's going on with the purple ingesting stuff, but good. I'm excited to see more of that.
Yeah.
He's the Count from Sesame Street.
What do you think about
on his left?
What do you think about the aesthetic of like the underground?
I thought it was interesting.
Wait, I'm sitting this
because it was like the further you go out from the city, it was kind of slummy, but then there was even more like secret underground stuff below that, which I thought was cool. And the
You're good.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know. I'm hearing something really bad.
Oh,
I can't hear it.
Yeah, we can't hear anything,
Okay.
buddy. You're good. You can work on that.
But the bartender guy, he's like the main. He's the guy that like basically founded all of that. He's like their leader, pretty much, right?
Who was that?
Vander.
Vander. Yeah. He's kind of the head of everything decent down there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I liked that take on it.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that's so cool because I think that you're in for a treat. They're in acts, so you're about to watch the end of that first act.
Yeah,
I think you're in for a treat.
I also love the sister relationship that the two sisters have.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's charming.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. What about you?
Well, let me.
I mean, I already gave my thoughts last week.
Let me spoil it.
We'll let Jonah talk.
just
at our own risk. He's like, I got leaks for season 2, guys.
Yeah, let's just hear your.
They said it wasn't. They said it wasn't gonna. The good thing is it wasn't gonna take them 6 years, but it wasn't gonna be ready till 2003, 23.
Whoa, going back in time.
Sick, dude. We already have it available. Yeah. So, what are your kind of like surface level takes on it?
I liked it. I thought all the characters are really strong. Like Mick was saying, the voice acting is really good. It's one of those series for me that you start hating people and getting angry at like decisions people make, and you're like, why'd you do that? Like, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
But I think that's a sign not of like it's a dumb show, but it's a sign of like you're engaged in the storytelling. It's
good
you're invested in the storytelling, and so when certain things happen, you're like, like, really? That's what you decided to do? So that it's one of those things where it's like frustrates you, but because you're engaged in what they're telling. So there's certain characters that drive me nuts that I just because of that, because I think they're well done, but it's like, why'd you do that?
They also justify their decision making pretty darn good.
Yes, no, it's not
so
just
it
like
makes sense.
Right,
like
it's not just because it's like, hey, we just decided to do that. It makes sense with what the character's doing.
But you're still frustrated. Yeah, I get it.
And I just think it tells even like the villains have they're layered, so like they're complex. So you even when you see certain things that they do, you kind of feel bad for them in certain situations.
Yeah.
But then you can't. But then also you're like, I kind of want them to die, or you know, or get what's coming to them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you kind of feel for them in certain why they're making decisions. So it's to me, it's cool, and it's layered even with the aspect of different classes and the higher class and how they treat the lower class and all this kind of stuff that I think is. I guess some people could say it's political, but it's done in a way.
Yeah, I didn't feel it.
It's done in a way that like, I guess my biggest pet peeve on what happens in movies or in storytelling is when the whole focus is, hey, let's make this political, and that takes front seat, and then the story takes a back seat.
Yeah,
you can tell when it's like hitting you over the head with it. When it's a story that they're telling and it's characters and it's addressing political issues that some people might think. But there's a story being the focus, and that's kind of like the thing that's primary.
Yeah.
All that stuff fits well. And I think they do a good job of like showing different perspectives on it. You know, so like you're not just thinking, hey, rich people are the worst, right? Or the poor people are the worst. Yeah. You're kind of thinking there's some rich people that suck. There's some poor people that suck. There's some really good, you know, it's kind of like there's different, it's not just black and white. It's like gray. There's like reasons for doing things. And I just think makes someone invested in the storytelling. So that's what I really liked about it. They were telling a story about these characters that were kind of telling a bigger narrative and discussing like social issues and stuff like that. But it was all wrapped in a way that just felt like, oh, this is cool. This is a cool story. I can get invested in this world and what's going on. Like I said before, I think the whole magic stuff and how, you know, the use of technology, I'm just saying, that kind of stuff, those questions of what's too much, what's not enough, like those kind of things.
Yeah, I'm a bleep.
I think that's a cool dynamic too.
Yeah.
You know, and it, you know, yeah. So,
like the one character that's in the second episode, he gets basically exiled from his academy. He's like researching
Jace,
yeah, magic and stuff with science. So I'm excited to see. I'm assuming that's
Jame a mess.
What you're talking about, but
maybe. And we talked about it last week, but yeah, I think to kind of go off of your points, I think that this show is really good at telling human stories.
Yeah.
And it's not like comic book stories. It's a little bit more real. It gets a little bit more gritty, and there's justification. And actually, some comic books do a really good job at telling these types of stories, but just the way they interweave so many characters and like so many decisions that they justify by their experience, how they grew up, their everything. It's just cool. It's really, really inspiring how they can actually write such a good story with like creating a brand new world, having no history to work off of, having no like additional stuff like media basically that people have been exposed to. Like I said, League of Legends didn't help me anything except know what character was what. That's it. I recognized names, and I was like, oh, cool, I know what that champion is, or I know what that guy is, or that girl. That's it. Like nothing else. This is a brand new story for me too, and it's so cool to just see how unique it can be, and the stories behind some of the characters are very like, you can see inspirations, but you're like, man, it is a very unique story that they're telling for some of these characters, and it's very very involved, and I've enjoyed it thoroughly. It's so great.
It's one of those shows for me that I like instantly liked. I was like hooked right away,
which is like not common anymore.
Yeah.
And the quality of stuff that we've seen maybe the past like 3 years, this is like really top. On most things. Top notch.
Top.
And so it's just refreshing to get something that's just really, really good. And like unanimously, everyone really likes. So
it's getting like really good.
Yeah.
Scores and ratings.
So get at it, Mick. I encourage you.
I will definitely finish.
And that'll be cool to talk it over because there's a lot of stuff to talk about in that show, and I'm really excited about that. So that'd be sweet.
Yeah, cool.
I keep annoying them. I just like text them. I say, "Watch Arcane." That's all I do, and I'm just gonna do it once a day, and until they watch it all, and they'll be great.
Next time,
I already watched it all.
You're grouped in there. Sorry, dude.
I do remember. Well, not the last time. Second to last time Cory sent Watch Arcane. All you said was, "Oh shoot!"
Yeah, and then I binged all the rest of the episodes.
I'm just saying.
Hey, good job, man. Thanks, man. Good job, dude.
I watched them all
I
Saturday.
didn't even need reminders.
Okay.
I was like getting reminders, and I was like, "Are you watching it, homie?"
Yeah, no, I've always been a procrastinator, and I've never grown out of it. So I apologize for not finishing the series.
Well, it shouldn't be homework. This isn't homework.
It's just with everything in my life, though. Everything.
Well, you have until next week, and if you don't watch it by next weekend, we're just going to talk about it.
At the door, we're going to be like,
which is very sad because it's such a good series, and I don't want to spoil it for you.
Oh no, I appreciate
You know what I mean?
But yeah, we will definitely talk about the whole thing next week. Spoiler for everything. So I think we're out of time for today.
Yeah, check us out. Instagram, Facebook. Check the video out on YouTube. You can go to Nerd Age Podcast if you want to see our ugly mugs.
You can see Jonah get mad at me.
And you can. Yeah.
You can see the spit fly when we're yelling at each other.
You can see me get red in the face.
Yeah, it adds to it for sure.
But yeah, check that out. If you can and you want to and you haven't, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you can. Apple Podcasts, it helps us out if you give us a 5-star review. But if you give us a 1-star review and leave a review that says something bad, we'll read it, no matter what it says.
Yeah.
That's our commitment to you.
And we would understand if it's like, yo, Jonah's just so annoying. Like, we get that.
Yeah, we get that.
Trust me, we know. We're here.
And now that it's on video, you might see me cry and kind of...
like while you're reading.
Exactly. So yeah, check that out, and thanks for hanging out with us this week.
Yeah. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Later.
Bye.
Adios.